Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so in this video, we're going to work on validating our form and closing the request itself. So, what we need to do now within the admin controller, we're going to add another method within here to close or action the request or close the request itself. So, let me just add that comment over there. All right, so here within the web file, we're going to come to down here. Just going to copy that. This should be get close complete request, and then this will be close request, and then we're going to keep the same route. The only difference is that the method will change to post, and then here instead of get close request, we're going to say close request, and then the same thing here. I'm going to remove that get and then say close request. All right, so I'm going to copy that name, and then down here we're going to create that method. Is that, and then here we're going to need the object request, and then also we're going to take in the ID. Okay, so the name of our fields currently it's problem and then solution. So here here within the validation method, those are the two fields we're gonna get. So we're gonna say this validate. We're gonna get that object, and then we're gonna pass in the array. So we're gonna say problem required, and then if we wanted to, we can set a max description of the problem to about let's just say 255, and then same thing with the solution. Okay, all right, so now what we're going to do is insert our validations. So by now you should if you've seen all the other videos, you should know how to validate form data. What I'm going to do now is pause the video, just quickly add those validations, and then I'll be back in a second. All right, guys, I'm back. Okay, so I've added all the validations there. The one other thing we need is the action to the to the method. So I'm going to copy this here, and then add the root over there. And then we also need the request ID. So we're going to take that and then paste it there, and then get the ID. So remember, we have to access that request through that ID. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to just refresh this and then test. Oh, apologies for that. um I actually forgot to add the method there, which is going to be post. Okay, refresh that again. So if we test again, forgot the the CSRF token, CSRF. Okay, so we got our error messages, but the border is not changing. Is invalid. Apologies for that. I put that in the wrong position. Okay, so it's now showing. Okay, so now within the admin controller, uh, what we need down here is to update update the request, and then here insert request closure uh, details. All right, so we're gonna say create request where ID, then we're gonna say update, then we're gonna put in the associative array. So the fields that we are gonna update are the fields that we're gonna update are the status and action state. It's just taking a while to load up there. So we're gonna update these two. This is gonna change to complete to closed, and then this is gonna change to complete. All right. So we're gonna say status. I'm just gonna change to closed, and then action state to completed. All right. Okay. And then we need the completed request method over here. So I'm gonna copy that. Uh, just gonna paste it underneath there. I'm gonna copy that again and just paste it here. Okay. And then here we're gonna take it again. All right. So remember, for the completed request table, we need the request ID, the closed by, which is going to be the current logged in user, the problem they implemented, the solution. So in here, we're going to say um, request ID, and we're gonna need closed by, and we're gonna say problem, and then solution. All right, so the reason I'm doing this this way for now is that because I know it's going to give an issue, we need to do the fillable. So I need to get this here. I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to come to the completed request method and then paste that there. And then I'm going to copy all the fields that we just did now within here. All right, so now we can proceed to close off the case. So request ID, obviously that is going to be what we're getting from the parameter. The closed by, um, the simplest thing we can do is say auth user and then ID. So remember, we're getting the authenticated user, the current logged in user, which is currently system admin. And then the problem will be in fact, I think we can also access it this way, if I remember correctly. Can be whichever way. Request. We can also do so. It can be either way, either one of these two ways. So you can either access it as an object or just use the input method over there to say solution. In fact, let's just keep it like that just to see if they both work. Okay, then here we will redirect back to the dashboard. Um, obviously the here we're gonna say routes and say admin dot dashboard. All right, so now on the dashboard side, we need to display this message over here. So we're going to come here and then right above the card, just going to say well, actually we have to do a if statement first. So it's if display that message over there. So here it's gonna be, I'm gonna make it bold. I'm gonna say all right. So this should display our success message over there. All right. So now let me just be sure. I think we got all we need. Um, request ID, close by, problem, input solution, um, action state. We're gonna change that to closed and completed, and then what else? Yeah, I think that's it. And so those are all the fields we need. So now we can then proceed to close off the case. So let's just say, what was the issue? Unable to send emails. Let's just say all right, and then solution would be uh or fly lead with new one. That's it. So that was the initial issue the client had, but obviously because most users are not tech savvy, they wouldn't know what the actual issue was. So we would then describe what the actual problem that we found was, and then what we did to resolve it. So let's just close off this case and see if it works. Okay, so we got redirected back to the dashboard, and then as you can see, because the status of the case changed from pending. Let me just do this. Select all from completed requests. Need an underscore there. All right. So this was closed by user ID 2. This was the request ID, the problem, the solution. And then what we need is let me just do that. All right. So as you can see, the status then changed to closed, action state to completed. So yeah, so we were able to successfully update and close the request. And as you can see, you can get that data through whether as an object or as an input with an input method. All right, so I think that's it in terms of the admin side. Obviously, there's other things that we can do. We also need to maybe display the closed request on our side, but that's more for the client themselves. They need to, if they on their side they log the request and they want to, if it's closed, they want to see what the details are. We should be able to display it on their side as well. So I think that should be it in terms of this particular video. um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to do. We did what we needed. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Again, for those of you who haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you guys within the next video. Cheers for now.